everyone, and welcome to the daily newspaper analysis, which is brought to you by LawSikho. I hope that you are all doing good. And really sorry, guys, for a grumpy voice today. I'm not feeling very well. So please bear with me through this conversation. So today we have two editorials that one of them we have picked from the Hindu newspaper, which is just fine. This is talking about the new environmental rules and why exactly they are good and why not they are good will be discussed here. Secondly, is the article from the Indian Express talks about the sub-categorization of the OBCs. So we have already covered it several times before, so we'll only take it very quickly this time. Finally, we'll be concluding with the news update and legal news for the day. So in this article, just fine, we will know that the Union Environment Ministry has been tasked with safeguarding India's forests and its environmental assets, and it proposes to amend the sections of key environmental legislations and make them less threatening to potential violators. Now, in this regard, when we talk about less threatening to potential violators, definitely we might come down on the very objective of safeguarding the forest. So here is a small data about the forest in India. You can definitely go through it. And what kind of benefits can be accrued from the forest? We have environmental benefits like clean water, clean air, etc. Economic benefits like we have long-term income for the landholders. We have fuel bill, etc. Then we have climate benefits like trees store carbon and carbon sequestration as well. So here let's see that what are the existing legislations and their proposed amendments under this idea. So violators are punished with imprisonment of up to 5 years and a fine of ₹1 lakh. So continuing offense would attract 5,000 rupees daily and extension of jail to 7 years. So this is the one thing that we should know. Then the proposed amendment removes the imprisonment but keeps the fines. So aggravated damage, however, will include imprisonment under IPC. So quantum of monetary fine has been raised from 1 lakh to 5 crores. Let's see what are the issues with the amendments proposed. So please remember that you do not really have to remember exactly what amendments have taken place, but just that these are the amendments and these are the issues that have been coming up with such amendments. Such points can be very easily used in your essay specifically if they come about any close by topic. So the amendment does not include protection of wildlife and destruction of forests and hence would still invite penal provision. So definitely the ambit of this entire legislation or this amendment is not wholesome. Secondly, India has a woefully slow redressal system on top of an increasing corporate violatory situation, which we definitely are not able to tackle. And the huge corporates are the largest violators, but we're not able to catch them well within time. So the threat of imprisonment is the only thing that acts as a deterrent where the environmental regulations perform under par. And we know that, fines of ₹1 lakh or something, they are absolutely nothing for companies that have their revenue generation in crores. So definitely just, it is only the question of imprisonment that can literally is able to threaten these people or violators. Otherwise, we do not really have any stringent laws in this direction. On this note, let's start with the second article for the day that talks about subcategorizing the OBCs. Now here, guys, the OBCs are the other backward classes. I hope you all understand what exactly OBCs are. So the commission examining the subcategorization of OBCs was given another extension with a total of 10 extensions, and now it will have to submit the final report by January 31st of 2023. Now here is a commission that I hope a few of you at least know, though we will discuss this name of this commission in the very next slide. But if at all you know this, pause this video right now and let me know which exactly the commission am I talking about that talks about the subcategorization of the other backward classes. So let's see that what is exactly this commission and what are the findings of this commission. So the OBCs get 27% reservation as of now. The commission shall segregate the affluent communities from the non-affluent ones that basically we generally call as a creamy layer. So wants to make a more equitable distribution of opportunities and resources so that it is made sure that the maximum benefit is reached out to those who are in real need of these. Because many times what happens is that just because being of a particular caste or belonging to a particular caste gives us a lot of benefits, but economically, culturally, socially as well, we are not, such backward in such backward situation. Due to this, what happens is that many a times most of the benefits of the reservation are taken up by the creamy layer of the OBCs, and the real benefit to the real people in need does not reach down. So that is why it is saying that it will actually separate the affluent communities from the non-affluent ones. So the commission was supposed to submit its report in 12 weeks, but has had their deadline extended 10 times by now. So the reason for such delay has chiefly been due to the lack of population data of the different communities under the OBC. Now, of course, when at all we need to proceed at categorizing or subcategorizing any particular population, we need to have adequate data about it. But what happens is in India that the last socioeconomic caste census was years ago, and that is why this has created a problem due to lack of data, and we do not really know exactly how many people are OBCs. Like exact numbers are not clear, and how many belong to which kinds of communities under this one particular category as well. So, however, even with this, the commission to examine subcategorization of other backward classes, now we know the name, is Justice Rohini Commission, has landed that 97% of jobs are held by just 25% of the OBCs, which definitely is not at all equitable in nature. So Jitendra Singh, like we have in the Minister of State for Personal and Public Grievances, stated in the Parliament that no records regarding the recruitment of OBCs separately maintained, and that is creating definitely a problem in this time. So let's see what do we have for news updates today. Firstly, Boris Johnson resigns. So Boris Johnson's turbulent tenure as Britain's Prime Minister, we all know the story of the Brexit. So it came to an end after a historic party revolt over a series of ethics scandals forced him to step down. It took the resignation of nearly 60 members of his government for Johnson to finally abandon his attempts to cling on to the power. Secondly, Amitabh Kant, who earlier was the CEO of Niti Aayog, is now the new Sherpa of G20. So former Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant has been now appointed as the new G20 Sherpa as India takes over the G20 presidency later this year. He replaces Union Minister Piyush Goyal. Now here is a very interesting question for you all. Do you understand that what exactly do we mean by a G20 Sherpa? If you know, in a very short sense, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll tell you this in tomorrow's newspaper analysis. Thirdly, SBI General Insurance names Tripathi as the MD. So SBI General Insurance announced the appointment of Paritosh Tripathi as its new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, succeeding PC Kantpal, who has been posted as DMD for PNRE, that's a complete sector, at the Corporate Center SBI. Fourthly, Women and Child Development Ministry has issued guidelines for Mission Vatsalya scheme. So the Ministry of Women and Child Development is implementing a centrally sponsored scheme, Mission Vatsalya, erstwhile the Child Protection Services scheme. The objective of the Mission Vatsalya is to secure, firstly, healthy and happy childhood for each and every child in India, to ensure opportunities to enable them to discover their full potential, assist them in flourishing in all the respects, assist the states and union territories in delivering the mandate of the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015, and to achieve the sustainable development goals which are related to the health and development of children. Let's see what do we have for legal updates today. Firstly, POCSO Act will be applicable to minor Muslim girl who has attained age of puberty, says the Delhi High Court. So the Delhi High Court has rejected a contention that according to Muslim law, since the victim has attained the age of puberty, POCSO would not apply. So this has been rejected. So please understand it that way. POCSO Act strictly applies to all children below age 18. And this was held in the case of Imran versus State of Delhi through Commissioner of Police and others. Secondly, Order 12, Rule 6 of the Civil Procedure Code, CPC, says that the power to pass judgment on admissions is discretionary and cannot be claimed as a matter of right, says the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court further held that it should only be exercised when specific, clear, and categorical admission of facts and documents are on record, barring which the court can refuse to invoke the powers under Order 12, Rule 6 of CPC. This was held in the case of Karan Kapoor versus Madhuri Kumar. So this was all for today. We hope you liked the session. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. To download the PDF of today's slides, you can join our Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box below, or you can also scan this QR code that you can see on your screens right now. Thank you so much.